The way that this kind of came about, we hired on a full-time choir teacher, and so it freed up a little bit of my schedule for me to be able to teach another offering. And so I was like, okay, the need is to serve our Hispanic students, to serve our Mexican students specifically. And so I was like, I'd love to teach mariachi. And there's this educator in Tempe, Scott Glasser, who is out of the University of Arizona State. He does the ASU Mariachi Symphony, like the Mariachi Philharmonic there. And he's white, and he's the leader of that. And so it's really cool to see somebody who's not in the culture teaching mariachi. And I was like, if somebody who's not in the culture can authentically teach mariachi and be so successful at it, why can't I? Remember, when you guys are singing, you're gonna stand up and use your arms, right? So you've got to think about what motions are we gonna add to the song to make it complete. This is the beginning of the program. We're starting to grow the program. And so kids, since it is an elective, they start to see like, oh, I'm in orchestra this year, I can be a mariachi next year. The kids that are in the mariachi program, you'll notice a lot of them are Hispanic, right? They are Mexican. And so they go home and they're playing these songs or singing these songs, and their parents are like, oh my gosh, I sang that as a kid, right? Or that brings me back to Mexico, or that brings me back to my childhood. And then those kids that are outside of the mariachi program, they hear these kids playing or they hear these kids practicing. They're like, oh, can I see that music? Can I play with you? And so during lunchtime, you'll see a bunch of the kids like learning that Árboles de la Barranca. They were like they're learning the violin parts. And they're all just playing it for fun, right? And they're not even in the mariachi program. Hey, you didn't get lost that time. Yay, good job. It takes kids that are outside of the culture and it gives them a window into the culture, right? And it gives them that space. But those of the kids that are in the culture, it gives them that sliding glass door to like walk through and experience what mariachi has to offer as far as like an educational outlet. Violins, watch the intonation on the C sharp. Make sure the C sharp is high enough, right? C sharp, it's supposed to be sharp because it's not in the key, right? The district gave me immense amount of support. There was a lot of meetings with a lot of people to, one, find ways to get me the professional development that I needed in order to teach this craft authentically and to teach it with as much accuracy as I can. But then also just the fact of like getting instruments and getting people in the classes and all that. So it just takes a bunch of different stakeholders on the district level as well as on the building level to support the school or support the program as well as get us what we need. We're gonna have a concert. Our first concert's November 2nd. It's gonna be on my orchestra concert. So it's like orchestra and then mariachi. I just get a lot of thank yous. Thank you for bringing this music to Mayberry. Thank you for letting my kid be a part of this. It's an honor for me, and it's like something that gratifies my heart. And so to hear that thank you is just like really reaffirming. Violins, just watch the intonation when you're in G major, right? So you have to think that G has to be really, really tight. Emailing me or contacting the school is the best way to help our program out, right? Whether it be monetary donations for our mariachi class, or if they're looking to donate pieces of clothing or whatever it is, because I think that as the program grows, the more community support we have, the better. I'm also always looking forward to having community members come speak to our students about, mariachi or just Mexican culture in general, to give them a sense of like how integrated the arts and music and food and everything is like ingrained into the culture. Right? And so anybody who wants to come and speak to the students, it'd be something that I'd really invite and welcome. Zuleka is going to give us the pickup. El mar, and mar is letter C, okay? I am not trying to claim this culture as my own. I'm not trying to appropriate this. I am a guest into your culture. I'm learning right alongside the kids and just trying to give them as authentic of a learning opportunity in this immersion of mariachi culture as I can. I respect the culture, and through this practice, I hope to bring light to this culture and hopefully celebrate it with you guys. After they leave Mayberry, right, I don't want them to lose their mariachi experience. I want them to leave Mayberry empowered to participate in mariachi or start their own mariachi wherever they go to high school or and beyond,